Let me first just get your reaction to this breaking news from the New York Times tonight, quantifying for the first time the amount of classified information that may be in question with the former president's estate in Florida. The Times is reporting that the FBI has now obtained more than 300 different classified documents from Trump's home that reportedly include documents from the CIA, the NSA, and the FBI. What's your reaction to that reporting?
It's staggering, and for all the reasons that you mentioned, just the sheer volume of classified documents. It's not like there was a classified paper mixed in with a bunch of unrelated information. It seems that it must be quite deliberate if the volume is that great. And if the reporting is accurate, it covered a broad range of topics. There goes, frankly, Rachel, my theory, which was that he was bringing home a bunch of Russia-related documents that he thought might be beneficial to him somehow. If they covered a wide variety of topics, it really begs the question, what was he doing? What was he thinking? What was the purpose behind this? And then finally, evidence that he reviewed them himself is going to make it much more difficult to foist responsibility onto others, which, as you point out, is a favorite pastime of the former president.
Yeah, that is striking reporting, if the Times' reports are accurate, that last year, so before the government was able to start obtaining this material and getting it back, Trump, they're saying, personally went through these boxes, meaning that he personally reviewed this material before deciding to withhold more of the material that was marked classified and not handed over. That would seem to indicate that the president is potentially personally implicated here in a way that can't be passed off as like a systems problem or a staffing problem or a communication problem, right?
I think that's exactly right. What has struck me about this story from the beginning, and of course we had no heads up about the search or anything like it, but is the degree to which evidence seems to be coming forward of willfulness. I'm particularly struck, for example, by the reporting that one of the Trump lawyers signed an affidavit saying that they had turned over all the classified documents when plainly from the search inventory that wasn't true. Now, was that not true because the lawyer was deliberately misleading people, or was it not true because his client had deliberately misled him? I'm sure the Justice Department is trying to find out. From the Intel Committee perspective, though, we're just really frightened of what's in that stockpile, particularly those that are marked top secret, SCI, sensitive compartmented information, because those generally mean that there's a very sensitive source involved, might be a human source whose life could be put at risk, or a technical source that, if it's discovered, means we're going to have a blind spot where we used to be able to see. So we're deeply concerned about all of this.